Hello, it's Fred and Sheila McCoy at the Hatfield McCoy Museum in Liberty, Kentucky. Sheila's behind the phone.
Hi, hope you're having a great day.
Go to fredmccoy.com for all the information. Go to the top of the page, click on whatever you want. We're still on the L.Waller segments. By now there should be probably 2 posted. This will be, excuse me, the 3rd one. And we're just going over some statements that she's wrote in her book, or I think this statement right here is going to be from an interview that she done concerning the Hatfield McCoy mini-series when she was on the History Channel giving a speech and a commentary on her thoughts on the Hatfield McCoy feud and the mini-series. Altina says here, and Sheila will, in a minute, film this for you so you can read it. I won't read all of it, but, quote, she says, Randall McCoy worked with his father on a small timbering operation that ended badly because they did not own enough land. They made the mistake of cutting timber on someone else's property. They were sued and lost everything. Not only lost everything, but the stress caused Randall's parents to get a divorce. Now, if the other segment's already come up, you never know which one of these you are going to watch next. So
Right.
Some things I may cover twice.
Sorry.
Remember, Randall McCoy and his wife didn't get divorced till Randall was 87 years old, and his wife was 73 or something like that. He was an old man when he got divorced. Had nothing to do with stress. How much stress can you have? Your children's grown up, they're gone. Mm-hmm. It's just you and your wife. She says because of the stress, he got a divorce. He got a divorce because of Alzheimer's, senility, senile, Alzheimer's.
You said that.
Dementia. Yeah, dementia, Alzheimer's. Did I say Alzheimer's? Get it.
Sorry.
Getting on with it. Said that they were sued because they cut timber on somebody else's property. Excuse me, I believe Altina's getting confused with Devil Anse Hatfield. Once again, you know, and she says she's done 10 years of research. You're going to hear me talk about that a lot. I say maybe 10 minutes. How hard would it have been to went to the Pike County Courthouse, Logan County Courthouse, Mingo County Courthouse? How hard would it have been to go there and found this suit? Guys, this is one of the questions we've asked forever. Mm-hmm. Produce the lawsuit. Produce any lawsuit against Randall McCoy and Devil Anse Hatfield or anybody. Randall McCoy and Daniel McCoy was not into timber cutting. They didn't fool with timber. They were farmers. So when Altina said this, she merely spoke it into history. They lost everything. Randall McCoy's dad owned 200 acres of property, not counting that Randall owned 300 acres. That's 500 acres of property. If they wanted to cut timber or do anything like that, they were farmers. Besides, back home, the property is, a lot of these acreage is on mountaintops, mountains. The truth is, there's an easy way to find out. She could have went and looked at land grants. She could have seen how much property Randall and Daniel owned had she just wanted to go check it. And there's not 1 ounce of truth to him cutting timber. The dispute was between Perry Klein and Devil Anse Hatfield and had absolutely nothing to do with Randall McCoy. Devil Anse and Perry Klein had a dispute over property. And once again, to this day, there has never been nobody produce, or at least to show Sheila and I, we've asked for it,
Right.
Prove us wrong, and we'd like to have a copy of it to put in our museum.
Yeah, man.
It
And with all
don't,
these pictures we got on the wall.
it don't go with all these pictures we got on the wall.
That's right. All these documents.
It don't go with the evidence. It doesn't go with what history states. There is no lawsuit to produce, which means there was no lawsuit. We've got criminal records back to 1882 when they shucks, we got criminal records back to 1870 something when they Ellis and Hatfield stole 4 hogs off of Asa McCoy. There's another pig case, not counting the one that happened in 78. There's no records to that one, but there are records in there on that wall where Ellis and Hatfield stole 4 pigs off of another McCoy that it happened before. I'm getting off subject. I'm drifting.
That's all
but
right. There's
never been a lawsuit produced between Randall McCoy, between Perry Klein, and Devil Anse Hatfield. Never. By contrast, Devil Anse started, now this is Altina talking. She says, by contrast, Devil Anse started a very successful large timbering operation. He was able to do this because he discovered that his neighbor, Perry Klein, and then she says, the slick mustache guy in the movie. She's talking about watching the miniseries, and she's telling you a story from watching a miniseries. But yet, over through here, and we'll discuss it later, she talks about the miniseries like a dog. She talks about how incorrect they are and how, but yet, when it comes to this part, the slick mustached guy in the movie. Perry Klein had cut timber on Hatfield land and sued him. As damages, the court awarded Anse Hatfield 5,000 acres. Once again, Sheila and I found a deed a while back. Actually, I don't think we found it. I think Randy found it for us and sent it to us.
Yeah.
That's one of the researchers that helps us tremendously and smart. And he sent us the deed where Perry Klein had traded a tract of land in West Virginia, or on the Tug River, to Anderson Hatfield for 5,000 acres. He'd trade them 5,000 acres. So Devil Anse probably did get 5,000 acres from Perry Klein, but there was nothing about a lawsuit. It was simply a trade in the copy of the deed that we got, simply a trade between the two men, property for property. Go figure. Altina is one of the people that has written this into history. I think she wrote her book back in 1988, and but she's wrote this into history, and people has, well, she copied some of her book from Otis Rice, she says. You'd think a person could do their own research, but she didn't. So that means if Otis Rice was wrong about something in his book, then guess who else is wrong? And if she's wrong about it in her book, guess who else is wrong? Thomas Dodson. The same way, because Thomas Dodson copies from L.Waller. And that's how these books have evolved over the years, and how our history and the stories, and it seems like the more that is told, then, oh, it's got to be the truth. Well, if we believe that, let's go over and look at that picture on the wall of those 3 McCoy boys out laying on the porch. It has to be the truth, because just about every book that's ever been wrote about the Hatfields and McCoys, except for mine and Sheila's and my brother Barry's, every book that's ever been written has that picture in there trying to say that that's the 3 McCoy boys. And it's not. It's from the OK Corral. But when they say it enough, people believe it. So she says that Devil Anse had sued Perry Klein and got 5,000 acres. Devil Anse, this is me. Devil Anse started out with a small timbering business, and he lived up to the old saying. You ever heard the old saying, it's better to ask forgiveness than permission? That's what Devil Anse did. I've said Devil Anse was a weasel. I've said he was a coward. I've said he was a deserter. I've said all kinds about things about Devil Anse Hatfield. But I don't know if I've ever said this or not, but I will now. Devil Anse was a smart, conniving man. He was smart. He knew what to do. Devil Anse would go out and cut people's property. It's not like you drove by your property every day in your car and just looked to see what you owned. Some of these farms was thousands of acres and miles apart. It's not like you go by there every day or every week or every 2 weeks. You take 40 men, 40, at least 40 workers at sometimes of his. Imagine how many trees you could cut in a day and and roll them off the hill. Devil Anse could go in there and log a piece of property, and it'd be logged and gone before the property owner sometimes knew what had happened. And that's what he would do. And then he would say, oh, I'm sorry, I thought that was on my property. I'll get it surveyed. Or if it was co-companies or people that had the money to do it, they would file suit against Devil Anse. There's plenty of lawsuits against Devil Anse and co-companies and other people. There's no lawsuit from Devil Anse and Perry Klein. But Devil Anse would ask forgiveness and hope that they just let it go. This is how the stories have come about. I'm not going to beat a dead horse because we got plenty more here with Altina. Plenty more. These are going to be short, small videos. But this is L.Waller, the great author and historian that they show on the History Channel over and over. And this is what she says. And it's nothing more than hogwash. Nothing more than a few lines in a book to sell a book, hoping that nobody will ever research it or come back and correct her. Well, we're going to correct her. Thanks for joining us. Fred and Sheila McCoy, Hatfield McCoy Museum. FredMcCoy.com, Sheila.
Please like and subscribe. Also, I'm going to show you what he was talking about there.
Okay.
So you can look at it and read it for just a second. And you can stop your TV or device, whatever you're looking at it on,
That's
to read
great.
it. Okay? All right. Thank you. Bye.